Hello everyone, Bible believers around the world. This video is different than my usual Bible study series content, but this video is very important and I felt that I had to get it out, especially for my Gentile audience. So, there's a problem with hate towards the Hebrew Israelite community because of the One West camps and the lies that they teach and spread. And when it comes to Hebrew Israelites, we have a very broad brush painted on us that's not fair. And I use an analogy to explain what we go through, us righteous Israelites who are in the truth, that is, not the One West, false prophets. It's the same as a Christian being hated and not being taken seriously because of stuff that Mormons teach. It's really the same thing. Now, as you can see, the little poster I got up, this is really just about false teachers twisting scripture to spread hate. And this is something that's actually been going on for a very long time. Like, I remember I was reading a book from the 1940s, and it was talking about a little bit of the history of people, false prophets, twisting the Bible to discriminate and hate against different nationalities of people. Now, the camps have just continued this. They didn't start this because when you look back at history, during the slave-free era, Europeans would often teach that we are the Canaanites of the scripture. And they would say that Ham was cursed and that our slavery is justified because we are a cursed nation of people. But then in the 1920s and 1930s, you had black teachers saying that white people couldn't be saved. That's familiar to what's going on now. But not because of what they teach now, but back then they were saying because white people's hair is the texture of goat fur and black people's hair is the texture of sheep. And they were saying that in the Bible, sheep is the lamb, Christ, and goats were evil. So the fact that you have goat hair texture means that you're not good or something like that. Yeah, I mean, this is serious, but legit, this is the type of stuff people were teaching back then. And they actually believed it. Black people are Canaanites and white people have goat hair, and that's why they can't be saved. But back to being serious, this is a real problem, and it's a real burden for us Israelites in the truth who have to carry the weight and the burden of the One West camps teach. For example, specifically in the United States, because outside of the United States, Hebrew Israelites have not been demonized like in the States, and we are allowed to show ourselves friendly and teach the truth and make the world a better place and be a light to the Gentiles like we're commanded to be. But in the United States, the One West camps are broadcasted, they have the most subscribers, and they are who the news covers and the Christian apologists cover. So you meet somebody in America and they're like, hey, yo, what do you do? And I'm like, hey man, I follow the Bible, I keep the commandments. And I'm like, all right, you Christian? And I said, no, I'm Hebrew Israelite. Your number is blocked now. Because they associate Hebrew Israelite with those evil people on the street corners, saying Esau's the white man and can't be saved, and that the Chinese are Moab and they can't be saved, and in some cases, you're an alien Edomite, which covered that in the white man's not a product of, the Caucasian's not a product of Fallen Seed series. I'll probably do more on that type of stuff sometime in the future. But that's the type of stuff that goes on. They assault older people. That's stuff that's been caught on camera. So we've been demonized to be them. And it's a horrible thing. There's one guy who, I'm not going to mention his name, but he fits the category of Christian apologist. And I've actually used to enjoy his content. That's the thing, I admit that. I used to enjoy his content because I watch his videos of him exposing the lies and the wickedness of the One West camps. And I thought he was doing a good service to do that. But the problem arose when he started getting the biggest paintbrush that I've ever seen. His paintbrush was the size of a broom. And he started covering all of us Hebrew Israelites and basically saying we're cuckoo in the head, saying that we all teach those lies and that we're all racist and stuff. But yet the Israelite camps who have a mixed multitude that like what came out of Egypt, who follow the laws of the scripture, that people of other nations could take hold of the covenant and be as those that are born in the land, we don't get the talk. Us people who are actually true to the covenant of the Most High and teach the scriptures correctly to the way the Most High intended, we don't get talked about. We don't get shown. It's always those wicked, One West camps that get shown, and we get hate because of it. Being a Hebrew Israelite has become a bad thing, and I've talked, I've had conversations about it in the past. I don't want to get this video taken down, so I'm not gonna bring up a certain Austrian painter, but we've really been treated like them because the symbol that they used was a thing way before Mustache Man even came into existence. But because of what Mustache Man did, now that is a hated symbol and it's very terrible. And I was making that up to our fringes. Our fringes are a righteous thing of the Most High, but these camp leaders of One West wear our fringes as well. They're like impersonating to be real Israelites, but you can tell who's really a real Israelite based on how we act. It's like we act like the people of the scriptures, us Israelites in the truth. But those One West camp leaders are a disgrace to Jacob, Abraham, and Isaac. They are a complete disgrace. But the media makes sure to advertise those Hebrew Israelites so no one ever gives us a chance. And I would just like to hear what you Israelites have to say down in the comment section, and you Gentiles too. How did you, come into the covenant of Yah, and how did you manage to push through when we've been demonized so much? And for you Israelites, I'd like to hear your stories about how, it's been hard for you because you've had to bear the burden of stuff you don't even say. I created this poster a while ago to be a Bible series, but I just wanted to post this now. So I usually leave the comments off for my videos because the scripture talks about how, I think it was in the New Testament, where there were jealous/evil Israelites who were mad that the Gentiles were being taught by Paul and were learning righteousness. So they turned the mind of the Gentiles to evil. And that happens. We have us real righteous Israelites teaching the truth, and we have these dudes from the One West camps who come in here talking about Esau being white and spreading all their lies and hate and, talking about aliens and all that other type of stuff and the Caucasus and, all this other type of stuff. So, but I'm going to leave this comment section open, all right, because I want to hear what you guys have to say. And, yeah, just stay tuned for more content.